Welcome in, One Nation, to another episode of the latest buzz. I'm your host, TJ Wingert. Today we open with a team that'll have their home opener on Wednesday evening. That, of course, is the volleyball squad coming off a 1-2 week. The win came in straight sets at Hollins on Friday evening, but that was then followed up with a loss at the hands of the Washington League Generals the next day out. Lynchburg now sits at 6-7 on the season, 2-2 in conference play, heading into their clash with RMC tomorrow night. Next up, it was a busy week for women's tennis, starting with a loss against the Generals on Wednesday afternoon, before jumping into ITAs on Friday and Saturday. Freshman Ashley Hare grabbed her first career singles victory, so congratulations in order for Miss Hare, and then it was Grace and Elizabeth Tiffey making a run all the way to the doubles championship on the B draw. Sisters would fall short in that championship match 8-7, but nonetheless a very strong start, or a very strong finish I should say, for the Hornets' fall schedule. Let's transition now to the preseason #1 team in the country in the NCEA single discipline field, as Lynchburg opened their season against #3 Dartmouth. The Hornets collected a convincing 7-1 win, with Jackie Needle named Most Outstanding Performer in over fences, and Abby Zemp was the MOP on the flat. Two matches this week for both men's and women's soccer. Starting with the men, though, Lynchburg had a matchup with Mary Washington on Wednesday before their conference opener with Randolph-Macon on Saturday night. Lynchburg continued a streak of alternating ties and wins on the season with a 2-2 draw against the Eagles before a 4-1 drumming of the Yellow Jackets. Carson Boyd opened scoring on Wednesday night. Luke Meg had a goal in each game, and then it was Brennan Lagana, Carter Averett, and Liam Lovell notching goals on Saturday night. As for the women's soccer squad, Lynchburg hit the road to take on Mary Washington on Wednesday evening and battled the Eagles to a 0-0 draw. Then on Saturday, Lynchburg's offense exploded the sound of a 6-0 routing of Randolph College. Megan D and Ella Irons each found the back of the net twice, accompanied by Victoria Newman and Abby Little in the scoring column, good for each of their first 2 goals on the season. Moving on to field hockey, the #18 team in the country had 2 games in as many days over the weekend, first against Center on Saturday afternoon. Emily Yanis collected the game's only score in the third quarter, and Lynchburg's defense tallied shutout #2 on the season. The next day out, well, Lynchburg had shutout #3. Yanis returned to the scoring column, aided by 2 goals from Franca Veranek, as well as goals poured in by Brittany Clayball and Madison Adcock. Lastly, both men's and women's golf teams are in action at the Gate City Invitational and Bridgewater Invitational, respectively. To follow today's results, be sure to head to lynchburgsports.com for the latest news, results, and stories revolving around Lynchburg athletics. Till next week, we are signing off.